Good morning, children.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
From Friday, you have to be prepared for the seminar. I told you the names. Message me the topics which you would like to take today itself and come prepared on Friday. Already those topics you have learned for different tests. And class test is also taken. The class test marks, a few of them might have got the result of the class test. Others will receive it today. Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
A few more points to say. Children, our time is 11 and I am seeing that many of you are very late in joining. So don't do that. Be on time. I can see some of the students will be there in the waiting room before time. If not before time, at least be on time. Okay? And as soon as you join and you see your teacher's video on, please see that you turn your video on. Don't make your teacher say it. And I told you it's not optional. You cannot decide whether to turn on or off. It's compulsory. Once you join for the class and if there are no connectivity issues, you have to turn it on. Genuine reasons, message me. Okay. And children, last class we learned about energy flow through a food chain. And I was not fully satisfied because I could not carry out reviewing of the topic, and it is very crucial, very important topic, and I just want to check whether you have understood it. So before asking you the questions, I'll just explain it once again. Listen carefully, clarify your doubts, and then I will ask you the questions. Agreed? Because I was not fully satisfied with my explanation because of the lack of time. I was also in a hurry. So I'll repeat it again. Listen carefully. And then if you have some doubts, you can clarify it and we'll proceed. Okay? Agreed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now let's begin. And energy flow, you learned it is unidirectional. The energy once lost cannot be regained, and it is not a multi-directional flow. It flows only in one direction. The flow of energy cannot be reverted. Okay, let's see the flow of energy through the food chain. Yes?
And we can't see the slide.
You can't see? I have shared it.
Yes, but it's that page.
Okay. I'll do it again. Now it's fine? Adi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we have already learned these points. I'm quickly revising it again. Listen carefully. Food provides us energy to do work, goes without saying. We all need energy to carry out our day-to-day activities. The interactions among the different components of environment. You know that an environment consists of living as well as non-living factors, and the interactions among these different components will result in the flow of energy, or that involves the flow of energy from one component of the system to the other. There is continuous flow of energy from one organism to other, or from one trophic level to the other. And you know that the source of energy, we are learning about energy flow, but the source of this energy which flows from one organism to another is sun, solar energy. Solar energy will be captured by autotrophs or producers, and they will convert it into chemical energy or food or carbohydrates, and they will store. And this energy is made available to all the other organisms. All living organisms on the earth, they depend on these food materials or on these substances produced by plants, either directly or indirectly. We all are dependent on plants for our food. And the ultimate source of energy for the plants to prepare food is solar energy. Or you can say that is ultimate source of energy for all organisms, because it is utilizing solar energy that plants are preparing food, and it is on the food prepared by plants that we are dependent on. From autotrophs, the energy will go to heterotrophs. Different consumers. Producers will prepare the food using solar energy. They will prepare chemical energy, or they will prepare food using solar energy. And once it is prepared, it will move from the producers to the consumers, or you can say heterotrophs, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers, etc. And finally, when they die in decay, it will reach, or when they die, it will reach the decomposers. Decomposers will break down these substances into simpler substances, and it will be released into soil, and from the soil plants can again absorb the nutrients. Okay, not about the energy. Nutrients can be reabsorbed from the soil. So from autotrophs, the energy goes to heterotrophs, and from heterotrophs, it will go to the decomposers. But never it can move from decomposers to heterotrophs and from heterotrophs to producers. It cannot revert its flow. A direction of energy flow can never be reverted. It's unidirectional, single direction. When one form of energy is changed to another, like when solar energy is getting converted into chemical energy, one form of energy, when it is getting converted to another form, some amount of energy will get lost, and that cannot be used again. It is lost forever. When one form of energy is converted into another form, energy is being lost, which you cannot regain. Similarly, when energy flows from one trophic level to the other trophic level, again energy is being lost, which you cannot regain. When energy is changed from one form to another form, say for example, solar energy getting converted to chemical energy, so energy is being lost during that time. Apart from that, when the energy gets transferred from one trophic level to another, also energy is being lost. So in this figure you can see producers utilizing the solar energy, the energy stored in them is 10,000 kilocalories. But when it reaches the primary consumers, it is getting reduced to 1,000 kilocalories. When it reaches the next trophic level, it is again getting reduced to 100. And finally to the tertiary consumers, only 10 kilocalories will reach. And in each step you can see 10% of the energy is disappearing. And where it has gone, the remaining kilocalories of energy, where it has gone, only 10%. If you calculate, you can find 10% of 10,000 is 1,000, and 10% of 1,000 is 100, and 10% of 100 is 10. So only 10% of energy is getting transferred. What has happened to the 90% of energy that is being used up for different purposes, like for reproduction, for growth, for respiration, and some amount of energy is being lost as heat also. So 90% of energy will disappear, or will be lost, or will be used up when it gets transferred from one trophic level to the other, and only 10% will reach the next trophic level. Only 10% of the energy present in the previous trophic level will reach the next trophic level. 90% is getting lost. And you call this as 10% low. 10% low, here only 10% of energy available in one trophic level is getting transferred to the next. Rest is getting disappeared. And another example you can see here. This also we had discussed last class. 10 lakhs joules of sunlight or solar energy. You can see only 10,000 is reaching, or only 10,000 is getting stored in the producers. Is that 10%? Is it 10% energy? 10 lakh joules of solar energy is getting converted to food. Only 10,000 joules is getting converted to food by producers. Is the relation between 10 lakhs and 10,000 just 10%? Is it 10%?
1%.
1%. Okay, very good. It's 1%. So remaining all, that is from the available solar energy, only 1% of that will be converted to chemical energy or food by green plants. And starting from the producers, remaining trophic levels, only 10% of energy gets transferred. Very important to note, you should not get confused. Only 1% of the solar energy will be converted into food by plants, and from when the energy flows from producers to the successive trophic levels, 90% of the energy disappears, only 10% will reach. Remaining all the other trophic levels you can see, 10,000, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000 and 10% of, just a minute children. Okay, so here you can see only 10% of energy is getting transferred, but from sun to plants or sun to producers, 1% of energy. 1% of solar energy is getting converted to chemical energy or food by producers. From producers to primary consumers, or from primary to secondary consumers, and from secondary to tertiary, only 10% of the energy is getting transferred. Let me check, I'm not able to see the pen. Okay, children. So here you can see 1% of this is this one, 10,000 joules, and 10% of 10,000 is 1,000, 10% of 1,000 is 100, 10% of 100 is 10 joules. So that is how the energy transfer takes place. So you can call it as 10% low. An average of 10.
When it will be 0.
That is why, see, it can come to 0. That is the reason why the number of trophic levels in a food chain is usually limited to 3 or 4. It won't go beyond that. So as such in nature, the food chain will have maximum 4, or at the extreme side you can say maybe 5, but not beyond that. That is because beyond that no energy will be left to get transferred. Okay, Ashik?
Yes, ma'am.
An average of 10%. So if it is asked, explain 10% low, you can say an average of 10% of the food eaten by an organism only will be getting converted into its own body. Only that will be available to the next level of consumers. It is the average value. 10% is the average value of the amount of organic matter which is present at each trophic level, and that is made available to the next trophic level. 90% will disappear, only 10% will reach the next trophic level. Only 10% of the energy only will be converted into their own body, or will get converted to organic matter and made available to the next level of consumers. So here again another picture you can see, producers, herbivores, that is a deer, then a carnivore lion. So simple food chain is shown here, and you can see the amount of solar energy available. Just a minute. The cursor is not obeying me. Just a minute. Previous. Okay. Children, now listen here. You can find here 1 lakh joules of energy. And this 1 lakh joules of solar energy is available to the producers. But producers will convert only 1% of it into food or chemical energy. So 1% of 1 lakh is 1 by 100 into 1 lakh, you will get 1000 joules. 1000 joules of energy. Now 1000 joules of energy is available with the producers, but only 10% of that is 10 by 100 into 1000, which is equal to 100. Only 100 joules will reach deer. What happens to the remaining energy? It will be lost as heat, used for digestion, reproduction, growth, doing work, and remaining only 10%. 90% is being used up or lost, and remaining 10% will reach deer. And from the deer, see, 100 joules is getting stored in deer. But from deer, when it goes to lion, 90% again disappears and only 10 joules. If there is yet another organism there as a fourth trophic level, how many joules of energy they will receive? Rifa, if one more trophic level is there, that fourth trophic level will get how many joules of energy? Ah.
0.
After 10 it is 0 directly?
No.
10,000 of 10. 10 plus 1.
1%.
Then 0.1. Next trophic level 0.01. So it keeps on diminishing, and the energy, once it is lost, it can never revert back. From lion it cannot move to deer, and from deer it cannot go to plants. It's a unidirectional flow, only fast forward, no rewind or no retakes. Clear? Just like life. It cannot be reverted. Once it is lost forever. And this is very important, and some problems also can be asked based on this particular concept, and we'll do some of the problems. And let's move on to the next one. That is also a few more points related to the flow of energy. Food chains generally consist of 3 to 4 steps. It can be asked as a reasoning question. A food chain generally consists of 3 to 4 steps. What is the reason? Because very little energy will be available for the next level. If a fifth level is there, very little usable energy will be available to them. Why? Because at each step, the loss of energy is so great. At each step, the loss of energy, that is 90% of the energy is getting lost, and only 10% is getting transferred. So that is the reason. These 2 points you should include if it is asked why the number of trophic levels in a food chain is limited to 3 or 4. The reason is after the 4th trophic level, there will be very little energy available for the next trophic level. Why? Because the amount of energy that is lost at each trophic level is so huge that very little energy will be available after 4 trophic levels. Then another important point, the number of organisms, usually as you can see in the figure, the number of organisms will be more at the lower trophic levels. And as we move from the first to last trophic level, number of organisms will keep reducing. Understood? The number of organisms present in the lowermost trophic level. Producers will be more in number than primary, secondary, and other tertiary consumers. So in a food chain, the number of organisms will be more at the lower trophic level. So that is why the number of producers is more than the number of organisms present in other trophic levels. Then all food chains are not with the same complexity or the same length. It differs. There are different types of food chains, and we also learned examples of aquatic and terrestrial food chain. You can frame your own food chains. You need not follow the examples given in your textbook. Additional examples you can learn. Then the length and complexity, as I said, it is different. It doesn't remain the same for all the trophic levels. Each organism is generally eaten by 2 or more kinds of organisms, which in turn are eaten by several other organisms. And that is known as a food web. Different food chains are interconnected. See, when you say producers, it's not only the members of one food chain is eating. There are different, like caterpillars can feed on that, grasshoppers can feed on it. So different organisms can feed the same organism. Okay, and deer, primary consumer. This deer can be eaten by a lion or it can be eaten by a tiger. So that many organisms can prey upon the same members of the same trophic level. That is why it is mentioned each organism is generally eaten by two or more kinds of organism. Possibility. It's about the possibility. An organism can be eaten by two or more kinds, same food. So several animals might have the same food. Several animals might be preying upon deer. Several animals might be feeding on plants. So that makes it interconnected. That makes the food chain interconnected. And when several food chains are interconnected, you call it as a food web. Okay? Are you following? Unless I get a response from you, how will you understand, children? Now, I'll come to know whether you have understood from the sums which we are going to do. Before I proceed, let's quickly summarize the main points, the gist of the same. Bhadra, what have you understood from the slides displayed? Whatever points you have understood, out of that, one point you can say.
That food provides energy to do work.
It's from food that we get energy to carry out different activities. Adi, another point. Adidev, any other point?
Yes, ma'am.
Or
The food is energy so transferred 10% to
the energy gets
the energy of a food is transferred to another and consumers by only 10%.
the different interactions among the organisms will result in the, or it involves the flow of energy from one trophic level to the other. Then, Ashik,
And the energy absorbed by autotrophs will then will be gone to like heterotrophs and decomposers.
the energy flows from producers to heterotrophs and from heterotrophs to decomposers. Agreed. Then we said about some laws of energy. When this energy is getting lost, two cases I told. Hadi Amin, we told about laws of energy. Two examples, two cases I said when the energy is getting lost. You know the answer, Hadi? Try, let it be wrong, no problem.
10% of its
No, that we will discuss later. You tell me when the energy is getting lost. When energy is,
soul.
when energy is, who can help him? Rose?
When energy is transferred from sunlight to the plants. Ma'am, energy is lost as the heat.
Correct. When energy is, I didn't get the next point. Energy is, what did Rose?
To environment.
Yes, Hadidi. Who is saying? One at a time. Okay, wait. I'll come back to Hadidi. Rose, what was your point?
Capture solar energy and convert it.
Yes. When energy is transferred from one form to another, energy is getting lost. Apart from that, where is our Hadidi? Hadidi, where are you? Your point you can say now. Hadidi.
Ma'am, when energy, so it will go to the environment as heat.
Okay, but the point what she said, my question was when the energy is getting low. So first point what she said is when energy, one form of energy is getting transferred to another form, some amount of energy is lost. And when energy is transferred from, what is the second case? From one dash to another dash.
Form to another.
One, Aman,
Form to another form.
one trophic level to another trophic level. So these are the two cases where the energy is getting lost that we discussed. Surya, Savio, Sainaba, Haya, Vishnu and Pratish. Surya, tell me the points that we discussed just now. I told you that energy will be lost when two cases I said, two instances or two situations where energy is getting lost. Which are those 2 points? One was told by Aman, the other point Rose said. You summarize those 2 points. Surya?
Ma'am, a great deal of energy at that point only.
Yes. Will be lost when?
When the heat lost as heat to the environment.
I'm not asking how it is lost. The instances or the cases where the energy is getting lost. 2 conditions I said. When energy is changed from one form to another. For example, when solar energy getting converted to chemical energy, energy will be lost. And second case, when energy is transferred from one trophic level to the other. Can you repeat? 2 points. So
That 10% will
that case is condition.
10% at
Agreed, that is correct. But when this energy is getting lost, when energy is getting
lost when they feed.
no.
When the other organisms feed from the.
That means when energy is moving from or transferred from one trophic level to the other. And one more case I said, when energy is getting Surya, from one form to another, when energy is changing from one form to another. For example, plants are trapping solar energy. Solar energy is getting converted to chemical energy. So when solar energy is getting converted to chemical energy, there is some loss of energy. Form of energy is changing. Solar energy is getting transferred or transformed into chemical energy. So their energy loss takes place, and also when this energy moves from or transfers from one trophic level to the other, also energy is being lost. Okay, what is meant by 10% low, Prajod? What is 10% low?
An average of 10%
An average of
of food in each
Ah.
organism is
Ah.
turned into its own body
its own body
and
Ah.
for next level of function.
and made available for the next level. Okay. And when energy is getting transferred from one trophic level to the other, 90% of will be used up or it disappears as heat, and only 10% will get transferred. Okay. And some problems are there. Let me see whether you will be able to do. All should do. All are having lecture notes. All are writing lecture notes. Just lift your book. Let me see. By Adil, Savio, Sainaba, your videos are of all are writing. Not some other book, no, some rough book which was lying near to you. No, okay, good. Vishnu, you joined late, Vishnu. Okay, children. Surya, where is yours? Okay. That is printed note, no? Show me. Show me a rough book. That is printed note. I want to see the notes. Next class, show me that.
Okay.
Again, don't miss writing lecture notes. I told it's for maintaining the concentration. The printed notes, okay, you should have it. The notes which are being sent, you can take a printout of the same and you can file it. And at the same time, diagrams which I had asked you to draw, hope you all have completed. Next class, that is on Friday when we join, come with your notes. With the printed copies and the diagrams what you have drawn, I will ask you, I'll call out the names and you will have to show me the diagrams that you have drawn. I'll ask you to share the screen. Okay. And then, what I was saying, I forgot, children. Okay. Aman, what I was saying?
You are saying about skills.
Not clear. Anyways, I'll give you some problems. I'll give you a few problems you all should do. You all should write it down and I can ask anybody to answer it. And don't depend upon your Google uncle for the same. Do yourself. I will ask you the explanation. You might copy the answer, but if I ask the explanation, you will be trapped. Shall we start? Now, I would love to see the complete face rather than seeing it partially. Adjust your camera, no? Adil also. Can I see your face properly? Sainaba, Vishnu. Okay. The strength is very less. 37 should be the strength, children. Attendance is regularly noted. You should not run short of your attendance. All are ready to do the problems now? Yes. First question. In a food chain, 1000 joules of energy is available at the producer level. It's available. Okay, not mentioned about the solar energy, energy present with the producers or at the producer level, 1000 joules of energy is available. Now, how much energy will be available to the secondary consumer? Energy present in secondary consumer, which will get transferred to tertiary consumer. You need to tell me the amount of energy present within the which trophic level will be that also you can calculate. How much energy will be available at the level of secondary consumers? The hint is 10,000 joules of energy is available with the producers. You can take 2 minutes, I think. That is more than enough to do this. If anybody finishes before that, let me know.
Ma'am,
Who is that? Ashit. Okay, Adidev. Okay, I will give you a chance. Doubt? Or you finished it? Finished.
which energy you should find from secondary or tertiary?
You should tell me secondary. Secondary consumers, how much energy is available? Which it can transfer.
Tertiary.
Tertiary consumer.
How much it will transfer to tertiary?
Not what reaching them, but what can be transferred. During the transfer, energy can be lost, but how much energy will be available with the secondary consumers, you tell me. Okay. Anjida is present. Anjida. What is the answer? Anybody? Yes, Vishnupriya?
1,000.
1,000. Is it
100.
100 joules.
Tertiary one.
How can it be 1,000 and 100? See, we'll solve it out. Okay?
10.
Anybody got 10 joules? Savio? How many? What is the answer that you got? 10. Fia got 10. Anybody else? No. Okay. Ashik, Nirubama also got 10. Okay, let's see how we got the answer. So you know that in a food chain, let me take the pen. We have producers, then primary consumers, secondary consumers. Okay? And then tertiary consumer. So the question is how much energy is available with the secondary consumers. So here we have 10,000 joules of energy. And 10% of 10,000 will be, children?
1,000.
1,000 joules. Okay, 10% of 1,000 should be 100 joules. And the question is, how much energy will be available to the secondary consumers to transfer it to the tertiary consumer? Children, here a correction is needed. Here it should be, just a minute. It's 100 joules of energy. The energy available at the producer level. They have not mentioned about this much is a solar energy. In that case, if it is mentioned that 1000 joules of solar energy is available at the producer level, then the answer will become, the answer will change. But here 1000 joules of energy is present with the producers. So 10% of the energy available with the producers. So 10 by 100 into 10,000 will give you 1000. Am I right? 10 by 100 into, so these zeros will go and we get 1000 joules. So 10 by 100 into 1000 joules, again you will get, these zeros will get cancelled. So 1000 joules of energy is the answer. Okay? And one more question I will give which you can solve. How many of you got 100? How many of you got 100 as the answer? And children, here there can be a correction, only 2 of you, okay. And one more correction, if the question is like this, if 1000 joules of solar energy, assume that the question is like this, if 10,000 joules of solar energy is available at the producers, how much energy will be available to the secondary consumers? Will the answer change? Will the answer change? Children, will the answer change? Huh? Nobody is saying anything.
No.
It will change. Why? Because we have taken it as 10,000 joules of energy is available at the producer. Producers have stored or converted 10,000 joules of energy into chemical energy. It is with them. With that assumption, we have given the answer. We have written the answer, we have worked it out. But just assume 1000 joules of solar energy is available. So from this, only 1% plants will convert it into solar energy. So into 1 by 100. So this will go. So 100 joules will be stored within the producers. And from producers to the next level, it will be 10 joules. That is primary consumers, it will be 10 joules. When it comes to secondary consumers, it will be 1 joule. Did you understand the difference? Did you understand what is the difference? Have you understood what makes the difference? So in the first case, I told this much energy, 10,000 joules of energy is available with the producers. It is not mentioned about solar energy. Already this much energy is with them. Then what gets transferred? So 10,000 will become 1,000. 1,000 will become 100 in the next trophic level. So in primary consumers, 1,000, 10,000 will change to 1,000, and in the secondary consumers, it will become 100. But if we slightly modify the question, you make it as the amount of energy, solar energy available is 10,000. So out of the available solar energy, only 1% they will convert it into food. So that becomes how much? Have you understood? Yes. So there the difference is there. So I'll explain the same thing in the next class, not to worry, okay? We already 3 minutes are over. Thank you, children. We'll continue next class. Not to worry. I'll repeat it again.
Thank you, ma'am.